but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the noon. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew.
Just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something.
Great day. Hey, welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Black Jack. Salute. Hey, hit the like, subscribe, share the video if you haven't done so already. Peace to the tribe. Peace to everybody in the house. Everybody that's been supporting. Salute. Tribe up. And if you're new to the house, you know, we dropped that real uncut raw over here. You know, we dropped that history. That ain't his story, it's our story. You know, your teacher lied to you, but we here to bring the truth. Salute. And we got a good show lined up, you know what I'm saying? We're doing the show kind of early this evening. I got a little bit of errands I got to run a little bit later, so I decided to go on and knock it out a little early today. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Title of the show, Native American Whitewash. Salute. Before we get started, we're going to investigate this image a little bit. I went ahead and I superimposed a couple stickers and a few other things. But we're going to look at it for what it is and we're going to investigate it further. If you ain't new to the house, you done seen this image before. But if you are new, welcome. And we're going to talk about it. Salute. Basically, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna investigate it from a third eye point of view. When you look at the image in the background, we got a flag. That's actually a flag, a coat of arms of Suriname. Salute. We did a live stream on Suriname before, you know. And we got their flag in the background, and they got two American Indians, very dark skinned, nappy headed, feathers up with hoop earrings. I superimposed an image from a Morin pharmacy in Europe of a statue of a American Indian holding his staff and shield with his hoop earrings and his nappy hair. I superimposed that in the middle just to connect the dots to show you we talking about the same people. And he got his feathered loincloth on, just like the two brothers on the flag. Then at the bottom right hand corner, I got the whitewash image. Salute. The one that came much later. So we're gonna dig into a little bit of this and some other things. So we're talking about the Native American whitewash. Salute. Everybody got it twisted nowadays, so we're gonna clear it all up. And we know Native American ain't even the proper term. We know they call us American Indians. Salute. But like I said, we're gonna rock that algorithm. We want them all to come on in here. We're going to use the term Native American because words that was used back then don't mean the same thing as they mean today. Like when you talk about the native of China, you're talking about the Aboriginal and indigenous people there. That's what you're talking about in 2023. It may have meant something different when the word was created, but we know it. We understand what it means today. Just like we use the term black, we know that title ain't really us. We use all these terms that we know ain't truly us, but we're gonna use them. So we put Native Americans right in the middle of that. We trying to get some people attention. We trying to get everybody attention because not everybody knows what an Aborigine is. And when we use the term Native American, everybody know what we talking about. So that's why I like to use that term. I like to rock that algorithm. Salute. We fully aware that the American so-called Negro, so-called Black American, so-called African American is the primordial American. Salute. Let's get on into it, y'all. By the way, I'm Blackjack. If you ain't know, now you know. Let me get something. Let me pull something up that we're gonna start off on with these with this research here that we getting into. I always like to pick a good spot to start at, to lay some foundation. You know what I'm saying, Managa? You got it. If you ain't got foundation, you ain't got nothing. Salute. Hey, hit me in the chat. Let me know. Hey, salute to 12 Gates, the second in the house. Salute. Salute to HSV Overwatch in the house. Tribe Buck. So we about to dig into it. Now I want to start with this. All right, since we're talking Suriname, I want to make y'all aware. Have you ever heard of the Moana Indians hit me up in the chat. Let me know if you heard of the Moana Indian tribe. Managa salute. Hit me up and let me know. We're gonna read about it. If you don't, we got Wikipedia, so we're gonna watch out for some old whitewash history. Salute. We're gonna eat the meat and spit out the bones. We're gonna pull the sword from the stone, Makan. Salute. So we're looking at the Moana, and we on Wikipedia. The Moana is a maroon. Okay, so when we talking maroon, we know what they're talking about. Nagas, right? We're talking indigenous Nagas. That's a code word. Maroon is a code word like African American. We know we're talking about American Indians, right? They want to say maroon. They want to give you the slave story background, but they want to corrupt the story. They ain't tell you there was a slave in American Indians. They want to tell you they was a slave in Africans. Well, we know it's a lie. But so they say the Moana is a Naga basically. It's a maroon village, a Naga village in the Marowijne district in the east of Suriname. The village was the scene of the Moana massacre of 1986 on November 29, 1986 during the Suriname guerrilla war between the Surinamese military regime headed by Desi Bouterse. That's a French name. Salute. That's a Frenchman. That's a French Naga there. His name is Desiree Delano Bouterse. Surinamese military officer. He got a French name. They say convicted murderer. They say he a Surinamese military officer, politician, convicted murderer, and drug trafficker who served as president of Suriname from 2010 to 2020. So he only been removed 3 years. From 1980 to 1987, he was Suriname's de facto leader after conducting a military coup d'etat and establishing a period of. So we had to click on to read further, but we're gonna stick where we at. We're talking about the Moana massacre. He was involved. It was between the Suriname guerrilla, the guerrilla war between the Des Bouterse and the Jungle Commando. The Jungle Commando was a guerrilla commando group in Suriname, so it's guerrilla. So we know these are the indigenous. We know this the Army Indigene. They saying guerrilla commando. We know these the natives. Salute. So we know these the side. We know this the bros. The Jungle Commando was a guerrilla commando group in Suriname. It was founded by Ronnie Brunswick in 1986 to ensure equal rights for Suriname's minority maroon population. He was fighting for the Nagas. The group was formed after the Suriname troops committed mass murder against 35 people in the Moana Indian village. So let's take a look. So Ronnie Brunswick, there's a picture of the Nagas. Salute. You want to know who was fighting for the Nagas? Yeah, hold on, let me scroll that over so we can see. Ronnie Brunswick. Oh, there you go, Ronnie Brunswick. I don't know if I'm saying his names right. Fighting for the Nagas, the native Nagas of Suriname. Salute. Looking, as a matter of fact, he looking about the same complexion as the Nagas on the thumbnail. Salute. But let's dig back on it. Let's back up the bus. We can go back to Ronnie, but but we just saw what Ronnie looked like. The army attacked the village, killing at least 35 of the inhabitants, mostly women and children, and burned Brunswick's house. The survivors fled with thousands of other inland inhabitants over the Marowijne River to neighboring French Guiana. They stole their land. They made them flee. The human rights organization Moana 86 has committed itself to justice with regard to this event. Police Chief Inspector Herman Gooding was murdered in August 1990 while investigating the massacre. Yeah, they say he investigating. They said get rid of him. Reportedly, he was forced out of his car near Fort Zeelandia and shot in the head, with his body left outside Bouterse's office. Other police investigators fled the country, stalling the investigation. The government has stated that it is still continuing its investigation of the massacre, but that prospective witnesses either had moved or died or were uncooperative. It is also said that an investigation of the murder of Herman Gooding was continuing. In August 2005, the Inter-American Court of Human Rights ordered Suriname to pay US $3 million in compensation to 130 survivors of the massacre and to establish a $1.2 million fund for the development of Moana. Alright. There's a monument to the victims that they created. It looks pretty indigenous. Look at the symbols. All right, so let's back it up. Let's get notable people. Okay, that's the end of that, right? And they're talking about the Moana. They're talking about Moana. All right, so the Moana massacre. Let's dig into the massacre. Well, I mean, I thought I had one with. All right, here we go. The Moana Village case. All right, so this is the case that the civil rights case, articles in law reviews and other academic journals. The Moana Village case. Abstract. Moana Village is the second case to be decided by the Inter-American Court on Rights against Suriname, in which the victims are members of an ethnic community that descends from Bush Negroes or Maroons. Salute. Called you Bush Negro? Bush Negro, huh? What you mean? Like, when you say Bush Negro, what you talking? Like, hold on, I had one. They say a Bush Negro. When they say a Bush Negro, what they talking like these? Is it the version of the coat of arms used from the colonial period? The old version that y'all end up whitewashing? Versions, right? Versions used from 1959. We know the Indian originally looked like this, the Bush Negro. This what you mean? Let's get back to reading, y'all. They say Maroons, namely escaped former slaves who established new autonomous communities in the eastern part of Suriname. In contrast to its prior judgment, in Moana, the court shows a striking evolution in its case law regarding the treatment of ethnic or group rights. This approach, which may be traced back to previous case law on the rights of indigenous communities, Managa, affords an enhanced protection to members of an ethnic community in the light of their disadvantaged positions as a vulnerable group and taking into account the ancestral traditions followed by the community. After the Moana case, the court decided Yause Aksa, and Yatama, two cases regarding indigenous and ethnic communities in which this tribunal consolidated its approach towards the protection of these vulnerable groups. Alright, so we're talking about a massacre against the Moana village in Suriname, indigenous people, Managa, indigenous people of Suriname. And we're looking at the version used from the colonial period, from 1831 to 1959. We're looking at the real Suriname coat of arms, so the real natives of Suriname, not this hijack whitewash. You know, the Native American whitewash, Managa. Salute. And we done discussed this before. If you ain't new to the house, if you've been here, you know we done covered this. But we're gonna keep touching bases on these kind of topics because we're gonna drill it home. We're gonna make it understood. We're gonna make it common knowledge, Managa. This should be common knowledge. This should not be something that people don't know, Managa. Salute. Human Rights Committee begins review of Suriname's report. All right, and this from the Human Rights Committee on the 18th session, 2,173rd meeting. God dang, that's a lot of meetings. I would have missed all of them. All right, it say progress in investigation of violating under previous regime, but committee experts concerned at lack of concrete results regarding murder investigations. The government of Suriname had made it a priority to conduct in-depth investigations into a series of human rights violations that had taken place under the previous military regime. Ewald Lyman, permanent representative to the United Nations, said this afternoon as he presented his country's second periodic report of the Human Rights Committee. And they're talking the Moana Massacre of 1986. Responding to concerns raised by the expert panel monitoring compliance with the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, he said there had been steady progress in investigations into the 1982 December murders and the Moana Massacre of 1986. However, Suriname faced serious difficulties in its efforts to track down perpetrators or identify witnesses to those crimes, which had taken place during a time of domestic political unrest. Nevertheless, the remains of the victims had been exhumed and several identifications had been made. Experts on the 18-member expert panel had expressed concern about the lack of concrete progress reported by the Suriname delegation. So, okay, so we see they stalled in it, man. They know who did these crimes to the indigenous, to the Aboriginal, to our brethren. They know who did it. They stalling, they playing games. You know, y'all should dig on this. Human rights. American Indians, the true Indians. They call them Maroons, they call them African slaves, but we know that they truly the indigenous, the true American Indians. They found here in the 1800s that the Dutch tried to conquer, right? They want to call them Afro-Surinamese now, right? They want to call them more. Just like they want to call these 10 little Negroes, 10 little Indians. I posted this earlier, you know, just connect some dots. We see the spear. See the nappy-headed Nagas hooped earrings, my Naga. Yeah. Then we look right back at this Suriname flag, coat of arms, and we see the nappy-headed Nagas hoop earrings. We see the superimposed image from the Morin over in Germany from a pharmacy with his hooped earrings on, his nappy head. It's the same stuff. His spear looking absolutely the same, Managa. It's looking absolutely the same. I even matched it up and connect the dots in the community post, Managa. You got to connect these dots. You got to start recognizing this stuff when you see it. It's your culture, Managa. It's your culture. They ain't gonna teach you in the school. This United States colonizer educational system, you think they gonna teach your kids this? You really think they gonna teach your kids this, Managa? You gotta be crazy. If you waiting on Joe Biden to write it in the law, or DeSantis or whoever to write it in the law for them to teach your kids the truth, you gotta be out your mind. It's up to you. It's up to you and I, Managa, and I'ma help. It's up to you to keep it moving and pass it on. Yeah. Let your kids read the 10 little niggas. Why not? Why not, Managa? Why not? They say other experts questioned the dearth of detailed information on human rights issues. Man, they committed a genocide. They killed the whole village of Moana Indians and made thousands flee. Took their land. Ain't nothing to talk about. According to the report, Suriname's constitution gave high priority to protecting and promoting personal rights and freedoms, as well as social, cultural, and economic rights. Okay, sounds good. Sounds like a bunch of talk. You know, they always giving the Naga talk. Y'all should go read this. This is a long one. I'm not gonna read the whole thing tonight. I just wanted to point some stuff out, man. Point some stuff out. Maybe y'all ain't know about the Moana Indian tribe. They committed a genocide on. Salute to the low gang in the house. Tribe up. The Moana. Why they don't never tell you about the Moana tribe? I wonder why. They always want to tell you about a $5 Cherokee tribe, huh? They say, yeah, the Dawes Road Cherokee, yeah. That all them people paid $5 to be a part of. That old fake tribe. They teach you about these real tribes, the Moana. They will tell you, yeah, they extinct. You know, them knocks still running around in Suriname somewhere, calling themselves Afro-Surinamese. Coat of arms, Suriname was adopted. They say they adopted it in 1975. That's funny. It consists of two indigenous men. What, indigenous to where? To where? To the World Exposition Zoo? To the World Fair? To a eugenics lab? What, indigenous to where? To a test tube? Yeah, man, we got y'all number, man. Yeah. The star symbolizes the 5 continents from which the inhabitants of Suriname immigrated. They say the inhabitants immigrated. They say the version used from colonial period. They say the Republic of Suriname. What they say? They say, yeah, we made some minor alterations. So we make some minor alterations. Ah, dang, that ain't a major alteration. I don't know what is. Let me see. Do they got hoops on? They ain't even got no hoops on. Monaga, look, hijack.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
What happened to the hoop earrings? They hid your hoops, Monaga. They hid them. None of them boys up there ain't got on no hoops. That's how you can tell a fake Indian. They ain't got hoop earrings on. They ain't black. They ain't so-called black. They say supporters, 2 Arawak Indians armed with bows and quivers, dressed in loincloth and ceremonial headdress. Here, 2 Arawaks. Yeah, the 2 Arawaks. The Arawak and the Caribs, Monaga. That's who was in Suriname. Matter of fact, let me pull up something. Let me see where it was at. It was on one of these articles. Let me show y'all something. Go to the Moana Massacre. The Moana Massacre, 1986. Oh, I ain't. Hold on. I meant to go to it on Wikipedia. I thought it's on Wikipedia. Let me just put it up on Wikipedia. There's something I want to show y'all else about calling you cannibals and all this here to take your land. I'll show y'all something. Let me show y'all something that you probably ain't know. The Moana Massacre of 1986 and the Moana Village versus Suriname. Hold on, man. Let me go back. Wait a minute. It's a part where they was talking about the Arawak and the Carib Indians that's indigenous to Suriname, and it was a part where they was talking about. Let me just type it another way. I'm gonna have to find another way because I probably researched on my other laptop and I ain't got it on this one. Let me put it up like this. Let me go back to Google for a second. Let me see. Carib translate. Look what the Carib, what Carib translates to cannibal. Watch this. See, I ain't even have to completely type it all the way in. It's already there. Carib, American Indian people who inhabited the Lesser Antilles and parts of the neighboring South American coast at the time of the Spanish conquest. Their name was given to the Caribbean Sea, and its Arawakan equivalent is the origin of the English word cannibal. They called you cannibal, Monaga. Stole your land. Called you a cannibal. They say you a Carib Indian. They say you are. They say they called you a cannibal, Monaga. They say you look like say you look like this. They say you a cannibal. Knowing damn well that they the cannibals. They project and called you a cannibal to take your land, Monaga. The Nagas in Suriname should be raising hell. Y'all should be trying to. Let me stop, man. They call them a cannibal. They say they say it's the origin of the word cannibal. What's the Carib? So the Arawakan equivalent of Carib. It's the origin of the word cannibal. Did you know, Monaga? Salute. Did you know? Ain't that something? Cannibal this, cannibal that. Carib history, traditions, and facts. Yeah. Why they do that? Carib, American Indian people who inhabited the Lesser Antilles. Equivalent is the origin of the English word cannibal. Today, the term Caribbean is used to designate a linguistic group that includes not only the language of the Antillean Carib, but also many related Indian language spoken in South America. The island Carib, who were warlike and allegedly cannibalistic, see, allegedly. They know them folks wasn't cannibals. They lying. They just wanted their land. Monaga doing diversions, the doctrine of discovery. And they call them immigrants from the mainland. They from the mainland, the islands theirs too. It's all ours. What you mean immigrants? They ain't immigrate nowhere. It's all ours. It's all Shem lot. Who after dividing the Arawak from the Lesser Antilles were expanded when the Spanish arrived. Particularly the Carib languages were spoken only by the men. Women spoke Arawak. Raised upon other peoples provided women who were kept as slave wives. Who was the slave? Who? Africans? Nope. Arawak and Caribs. The male captives were tortured and killed. The island Caribs were maritime people, expert navigators who made distant raids in large dugout canoes. They say they made their canoes out of trees. They say they'll take a whole tree, dig it out and make a canoe with it, Managa. Ingenuity, Naganuity. Warfare was their major interest. Internal conflicts were common. There was no important chief military organization or hierarchical structure. The men strove to be individualistic warriors and boasted of their heroic exploits. Carib groups of the South American mainland lived in the Guianas and south to the Amazon River. Some were warlike and were alleged to have practiced cannibalism. They always say alleged because they know it's a lie. They have to say alleged because they know it's not true. But most were less aggressive. Why they didn't say but most were alleged to be less aggressive? You see what's going on? Than their Antilles relatives. They lived in small autonomous settlements, growing cassava and other crops, and hunting with blowgun or bow and arrow, Managa. They had the blowgun. Them boys catch a colonizer lichen in the woods and right in the neck. Hey, them boys was shooting darts, man. Hey, they say now you know they don't want them Nagas in Suriname to know that they great granddaddy was Carib Indians and Arawak Indians shooting blowgun darts, throwing arrows. They do not want them Nagas to know that. Do you think they want them Nagas to know that they great granddaddy was warlike as hell? And they wasn't playing no games. Hey, they don't want the Nagas to know that. Their culture was typical of the peoples of the tropical forest. Other Carib-speaking tribes, apparently much like the Guyana Carib, were found to the west on the wooded slopes of the Andes, along the Venezuelan-Colombian border. They don't want them Nagas to stay to this shit here, man. They don't want them Nagas moving in the spirit of their great grandfathers. You think they want these Nagas in Suriname, bow and arrowed up, tried up, in the spirit of their great grandfathers? No, they gonna tell you Naga Kunti Kinte. They want to show you somebody getting hit upside the head with a whip. They want you submissive and docile. They do not want you warlike, Managa. So they do not want you in rare form. Yeah, it's a. To the southeast, the Gurikuru, Bukari, and other Carib speakers lived at the headwaters of the Xingu River in central Brazil. Okay, we know what Brazil loaded with. We know who Brazil is loaded with, right? They're gonna tell them they Afro-Brazilians, but we know damn well they Caribbean Arawaks, very warlike. They will tell you, nah, you African slave, you Kunti Kinte Nagas. We were whooping y'all ass and we brought y'all up in here. That's what they want you to think. They don't want you in the spirit of your great-grandfathers. Is you crazy? Is you crazy, Managa? Is you crazy? Am I crazy, Managa? Is it me? Is you crazy, Managa? They don't want you in this kind of spirit, Managa, bold and arrowed up. They don't want you with them sticks. Them folks is frightened, man. Hey, teaching 777 in the house. Salute. Hold up. Pause for the call. We got the members in the house. Y'all know what time it is when the members come in the house. Y'all know what time it is. Tribe Buck.
I'm here all the way.
Tribe Buck. Salute. Teaching 777 in the house. That's how we do it for the members. The members roll up in the house, y'all. We show much love, much respect to the members. You know, they keep the show going. They support Managa. And you can go and support too. Get your membership as low as $2.99 a month. Tribe Buck Managa. They do not want you in the spirit of your forefathers, Managa. Let's proceed. Let's put the track back on. Let's proceed. But no, they don't want you like this. They don't want you like this. They want you docile. They want you, hold on. Let me show you how they want you, Managa. Let me show you how they want you. This is how they want you, Monaga. They want you in the spirit of this. They want you feeling subdued, beaten, downtrodden, whooped on. This is how they want you feel. They want you scared. They want to terrify the children, Monaga. They want your little kids in school giving them nightmares, right? They're teaching them about the boogeyman, right? They say we gotta scare these little knockers up. They say, yeah, we don't. Say, look at the little ones. They say, yeah. They say, even the kids, we shackle them up. They say, you little kindergartner, you say you're scared, aren't you? They ain't gonna teach them. They is not gonna teach them to tribe up like this. I said, nah, that's very warlike. They said, that is gonna be problems. People say, well, why would they lie, Blackjack? Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Why would... He said, Blackjack, why would they lie about all this? Why would they lie, Monaga? Is you serious? Is you serious? Is you serious, Monaga? They don't give you nothing to fight for, Monaga. Your ancestors fighting, killing, dying. They said, we need peace. They said, we gotta start lying. They said, let's just whitewash this shit. Trick these Nagas. Make these Nagas start killing each other. Salute. Say, yeah, get them out of being warlike. Tell them they ain't even from here. Tell them they from somewhere else. They don't even care about the land. Look at their communities. Trash everywhere. Nobody give a damn. Right here in the promised land. They lied to you. They even told you the promised land was somewhere else to fool you even more. They say, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, go to Africa. That's your promised land. You can't even see the deception. So many people out here can't even see the deception. They say, yeah, whoop on them. Get them. They want to whoop you mentally and spiritually, Monaga. They say, show the children this. Show it to the kids. Scare the children. Have them nightmares. The big bad slave boogeyman. Salute, Monaga. Tribe up, Monaga. Your ancestors was warlike. Your ancestors gave them hell. Your ancestors gave them so much hell they had to whitewash. And they had to say, we gotta erase this. They say this is cannot. They was embarrassed. Them folks was embarrassed for real. They said, man, we cannot let this get out. They said, are you crazy? Do you know this still the stronghold of the Naga? We can't be over here living amongst these people when there's so many of them and they in a warlike spirit. Salute. Man, we gonna break these spells, man. If we take one episode at a time, man. We have to go back over material. It's all right. It's new people in the house. Salute, tribe up. If you already in the tribe, you've been in the house. Don't be like, hey man, Blackjack, we done talked about Suriname, but we ain't talked about the Moana massacre though. It's just another reason to bring that coat of arms back out to keep reminding them. We ain't forgot y'all whitewash this one just like y'all did Jamaica. Throw it in somebody's face the first time somebody talking about black people ain't native to America or black people ain't American. Pull up the Suriname coat of arms or pull up the Jamaica coat of arms and show them how they whitewashed and changed it and say come again. Matter of fact, tell them go to hell after that.
Sit your $5 ass down before I
Tell them go to hell after you talk about that. Salute. You got plenty of ammo. They have none. You got all the ammo. You got all the ammo, Monaga. They have none. Anybody against us has no ammo. Any fake $5 pretending has no ammo. He all he gonna do is get in his emotions and say some old racist go to Africa stuff. That's all he got. Or you was a slave. That's all he got. As soon as he's come out the mouth like that, you know he ignorant. You know he lost already. You know he don't know history. Because if he knew history, he'll know the Indians is the ones that got enslaved. So let him dig his own grave. Just pull the facts up on him. And I'm Blackjack, this house of masculinity, y'all. Y'all respect my house or we let the door not hit your... Not the house of masculinity. I did it again. This house of cons, y'all. I gotta get used to saying that. We done been rocking the house of masculinity for some years now. So it's dang near ingrained in my brain. it just pop off the tongue. But it's the house of cons now. Salute. We leveled up. We leveled up. It's bigger than masculinity. It's the house of cons. Salute. We pulling the sword from the stone. Respect the house, so we let the dough not hit your ass with the Most High split your ass. And we out, y'all. Salute. Peace.
Knowing how to stay ready.
That's right.
If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my knockers, represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my knockers, represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. Feather in my hat, blackjack. Pull a dart from my back and lay a up out flat. American on my map when the trap hop out. Catch a colonizer lacking, we gon' rip off his scalp and pull his eyeballs out. Send him back where he came from. My knockers stay dangerous. Pack their ass on the ship and send them back to England. If it's war, my knockers they line up. Only real knockers slide with us. Let's tribe up. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my knockers, represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my knockers, represent the stronghold. Let them put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. Solid gold, they goose, the black magic lump of gold. I was told they labeled you a savage. Strictly for my knockers to slaughter a Babylon. Pull a sword from the stone, my knocker, the house of cons. Point out the pillars, I bet you I make change. By any method necessary, I bring pain. And if you got your peace pipe with you, then fire up. Only real knockers ride with us. We try